Octopath Traveler 2, where we need to sort out a party, actually. Before I figure out which character we're gonna do next, I actually need to head to the tavern area, and then from there we're going to organize which party members we're going to take, and then we'll go and explore town again, and then make sure that there's nothing, no loose ends. So, to tavern first, because the weird thing is like, so chapter 1 we just finished here, and then because there's a chapter 2 that's here, weirdly enough, like, all these other NPCs spawned in. So now that all those NPCs are spawned in, we need to go and see what those are like with some of the other characters. So, while we're in here, we should be able to sort out what we want. So, I can't swap Oswald out because we're stuck with that character until we complete their story. Ochette has multiple chapters, but I'm considering them as chapters 2, 3, and 4. Hikari and Agni. Now, I want to check the map before we started. So, Agni requires level 14, so she's already above the threshold. Hikari is at level 15, so they're at the threshold. Rone is not at the level that she needs to be yet. So there's a father route, which is level 16. I don't know if the mother route is, the mother route is... Okay, the mother route is level 7, so... I don't know which way is the better way to... They did straight up mention... I'm gonna take this similarly to as a thing. They did mention that the father would be harder to defeat. So that's why I think doing the route that's recommended level 7 will be better, because I think it means we get to pick which way we go. So obviously doing that first will be better. There's 3 routes for Ochette. And we haven't reached the threshold yet for Oswald's chapter 3. Actually, where's Throne? I did not see her. Sorry, no, hers is she has 2 routes. She has a chapter 2 father route, chapter 2 mother route. So technically she's reached the... I'm not sure how it works. Because all the rest of them I think have... I guess here we have a choice to kill one or kill the other. That's what makes me think that... if I look at the... Where's the... so we're currently level 6. Everyone else is at their threshold. So I'm thinking... Ochette is 16. What's Ochette's lowest? Because we can't swap out... Hikari's at 15, 16. Her lowest one is 15, so she's met the threshold. Oswald we can't take out. Yours is 1 level away, so we're going to put Throne in, obviously. It's just a matter of who we're going to replace her with. Probably going to replace her with... Better to replace her with... Hikari's... Agnia is level... Agnia's is 14, she's at 15. Hikari's is 15, they're at 16. Ochette's is 15, she's at 16. Pretty much we've met the requirement for all of the characters for their chapter 2s. So in this case, it's probably better to take out Ochette and put in... it's probably better to keep Ochette in and put Throne in, because Throne is 1 level low. And also we've had Ochette in for longer, so it's probably better to... Even though we can see what Ochette's other level ones are, I'm considering those as chapter 3 and 4 respectively. So that means we have to get her up a little bit higher. And the same thing I'm considering... In Throne, I have to do the thing anyway, because I have to get her up to things. So we'll swap... I think we'll take Ochette out for Throne and see how that goes. Considering that's the case, we'll remove all the equipment first. I'm going to remove all the equipment that I have equipped, so we can get a fresh look at what everybody has access to. this will keep changing every time we do it, though, so let's, I want to change the party, so we can't swap out to Oswald until, because we're the protagonist. Your protagonist can't be removed from the party. Every character is considered a protagonist if we pick them as our starting one. So that means we're stuck with Oswald until we finish, which is fine. So Throna needs levels. Everyone else is at their level already, so because we've had, now at this point, since they've already met their levels, I don't have to worry about it. So in this case, I'll consider it based on whoever used more of, who needs more levels. So we'll remove Oshet, and then we'll put Hikari in instead. We'll remove Oshet and put Throna in. Okay, so now that we have that done, let's remove the equipment from her. And then we do the same thing that we were going to do. So, okay, so Agni is chapter 2. Agni leaves us home for the stupid thing. When we start working for happiness, she begins her journey in New Delsta on the eastern continent and Metropolis across the sea. This ain't recommend level 14. We don't know what the other two are, but we're gonna. We'll remove all of the equipment, and now I will build everything. And then we'll go and do the exploration with, and see what else we can do, and figure out what we do. So, I'm probably gonna. Also, I should consider what I'm gonna do. Before I do this, I should look and see if it's better for me to give this job to. Better for me to give the job to Throna, or better for me to give the job to Agni? Actually, I think it would be better to. Yeah, this is one. Either way, that's one. That's one of those two. If I gave it to one of these two instead, so yeah, we'll keep it on Agni, I think, for now. Alright, so let's sort out all these skills. So, Oswald first, because he is, Oswald first, because he's the, what's his name one, and we're probably gonna have to do some adjustments anyway, so, this, attack, I think this is all purely defense, so it's fine. Just trying to think we want, yeah, because he's our title character, we need the best stuff on him. SP, I'm not gonna give to him right now, only because, I'm gonna give him SP because someone else needs SP. We have a very high SP naturally at 86, whereas some of the other characters only have like. So while the SP is appreciated, we don't need it. So next up is Throna, who is the weakest, so we can make sure that she has. In terms of weapons, we give the stronger people the stronger weapons. That way they can do more damage. But when it comes to defense, we need to make sure that the characters that are weaker get their. So it's like pretty much like the way I'm looking at it is in terms of offense, we give the characters with the strongest things the better weapons so they can do more damage. However, we give the ones who are the weaker enemy characters the stronger defense items. That way they can be protected better. So. It should be, if I go to this, it should be, so it's Oswald, it should be done in Oswald, Hikari, Oswald, Throna, Hikari, and Agni. Oswald, Throna, Hikari. Best shield. I'm not going to give you that because of keeping that for someone else. At the moment, we don't really need to use this. Same thing with that. Accessories I'll do like last. Weapons we'll do next, so, at least we've got a shield for everyone, that's nice. Okay, we're gonna give, now that I look at this, as Hikari, you have 44 SP, but we're not using a lot of it, so that's where I haven't really had a feeling where I've had to run out. Now, they don't have SP feet, that's what, so eventually it's gonna get to a point where I'm gonna have to do that. surprisingly, Aggie has a lot more thing here, but we want the SP on Hikari, I think. Because of... this one here is defense, so you just want that. So now we're at the actual weapons. So make sure we give all these characters the best weapons. Strength. So that increases elemental type, but I don't have access to anything right now for those. Oh right, I've got to also consider the first standard sword and dagger should be reserved for her dagger thing is a specific one. Agnia without all this stuff has naturally we gain axe and we gain what is it we gain from the job? The inventor job gives you sword and axe, so we want to make sure that we give her something like that, but not the most powerful ones. So Rone should have a more powerful sword. Yeah, Rone should have the powerful sword because she has an actual sword that we need to use. And that also boosts the elemental type, which is good. And same thing for dagger, because her dagger is naturally on. So no, actually no, her dagger is Agnia has a dagger. So we want you to have this, and then give the other dagger to. That should be better. Then we give you the axe, the best axe. No one else has an axe on them. Right, so now we need to sort out who's getting what items and we have access to. So I will be giving a crit item to Hikari because crit is good for dealing damage, and also we can raise SP. We don't need raise. I'm not going to do raise HP because we've got plenty of HP here. I'm going to do just the normal SP here. Rone should have the defense one because she's on the lowest defense. Who else would be good with crit though? I guess crit would be good for you as well. Accuracy, speed, crit. Crit would be good for you, I think. Well, HP would also be very good as well because of. Maybe HP would be. This would be good because it would buff SP and HP, but also having HP is better than defense, I would say. I think that should be good. Because then we can actually give ourselves the defense buff instead. So what have we got left? Agnia, it has got accuracy, speed, crit. Accuracy, speed, crit, and wind damage. We don't already have reduced wind damage anyway. Accuracy, speed. Crit wouldn't be all that good. Yeah, this is fine. You have. That's your buff of a defense, but that's because you. I think this is fine. That's buff of defense and everything. And what would be good for Oswald? Accuracy, because we're not going to miss with spells, that's the thing, we're not missing with spells. Maybe speed would be good because of being able to get that sooner. You don't really get crits. Maybe we'll do the reduced wind damage on you. And then What abilities does she have access to? I just realized she doesn't make shit sword, which I should get rid of. Inventory goes to you. You have a sword, so that's... yeah, you don't need... She has access to the... I'm trying to remember, Agnia is the dancer, and Corone is the thief. So that means that she will have... She has dagger attacks, so getting her... So maybe getting her the... Getting her do something better? I don't know. I gave you the... The reason I gave them the defense and stuff is because they're the weakest characters we have right now. Then I have access to crit plus speed. Maybe I could... No, I think I'll just leave it. So, Dagger is... again, it's like Primrose. She's not the greatest character, but... what is it that I need more of? We're not really critting. Am I not really thinking? Maybe I'll just go for accuracy. We'll do that. I think that's everything. Of course, it's going to change when we get a new Traveler, but we don't have access to... we don't have access to the other ones anyway. Okay, that's oh, okay, this actually helps a lot. This is new. I only just realized this now. I can just do that instead. Right, that should be okay. I think we're done. So we are going to head to... Now we have to decide... before we do that, we're going to go and see what people around town. Now I have access to the... She might be able to steal stuff. We have access... We can ambush people. We can just go randomly around and start ambushing people to get stuff to see what it does. Because we have no reason to stay... We have no reason to stay around and do anything else. So let's just randomly go and like ambush people and see what happens. Because we need to...
Fool.
And as it is, they'll respawn when we come back into the area. You can't be... You can be level 12 in ambush. So we'll just go around the town and we'll see who we can ambush to add to the counter.
Fool. Good night.
But I have nothing else that I can do. We need to ambush 100 people for a trophy. Well, we need to ambush or soothe. We don't have access to soothe yet, but at least by doing this, I can randomly get some of the ambushes up. Also, we can... That's another thing I can do. I can, I believe if I knock out this person here, I can complete the, there's someone here that I can,
Fool.
See if, like, we're not high enough level to knock you out. We have to, like, to get this. This is a side quest. We're gonna have to be very high level to knock her out.
Fool.
But as far as I know, nothing happens if we knock the people out. It allows us to do stuff.
Good night.
Not like I need the, pretty sure like this person's gonna not get help. But if we leave and come back, the enemies will be, just interesting they gave you this ability to be able to just... it's interesting for if someone's blocking a door, and and stuff like that to get stuff. Way it works. As far as I know, like, there's nothing. I think in terms of side quests, there's nothing that I can. Oh, I actually realized for it to do this. Selecting a successor, Throne finds the bodies of both Diamante and. Actually, no, we already read this, didn't we? First, Throne that the Black Snakes were tricked into killing each other so that the leaders could. Successor then attacks Throne. Freedom, Throne kills Pyro and tells him what her dream is to be free. Throne's resolve, Throne must kill her parents to get the keys to her collar. She can travel to Or's Rush and the Wildlands to begin. Search for Mother or Winter Bloom in the Winterlands to meet her father. So I think I have an option to implode. I'm going to take it as Chapter 2 and Chapter 3. She did mention that the father would be harder with me, so this one here, if we go to Cropdale, I believe we have the ability to... We now can knock that guy out. You can see if we're high enough to be able to knock him out, actually. If we're gonna head to another area that's across the way, I should go to Cropdale, or I should go there beforehand. Back to Cropdale, potentially. Anyone else that I have to knock out? I don't think so. We're not leaving yet, though.
Fool. Good night.
I was hoping that there would be another purpose, like if we knock them out, that would allow us to take items easier or something like that.
Good night.
I think it just allows us to get into areas easier. But I need to
Good
knock
night.
100 people anyway. As it is, like, we're not returning to here.
Fool.
We're done. We'll be returning here for later, but they won't be knocked out.
Good night. Good night.
Alright, well, now that we've done that, let's, remember you. How much can you pay? Times it should. We weren't going to take it.
I have a request.
Okay, mercenary age 35, a mercenary whose timid appearance bellies a fearless warrior who has won many a brutal battle. Uses his earnings to buy weapons and armor to further strengthen himself. He knows little outside of the battlefield.
Interesting.
So we're going to save the game and then we're going to check to see... Check to see where we go next. Where's my going? Although I could head back to Cropdale. Next person we head to is... I think it was Temenos that was next? No, Casti is next. So that means that we... Casti is next, so we actually passed that way, I think, so we don't need to... So, we'll head back to Cropdale, and then we'll go and finish the other quests. Actually, where... Oh, we're not in Cropdale yet. Where is Casti? I think she's over the other side. She's over the other side, so we need to go to We can either go... well, if we go downwards, it's going to take us to the village, and then we have to go across here. But it's better for me to just go back to here and then head to here, and then we go down the other way. Like, there's no reason for me to go and go there twice when we can... It'll be longer, but at least we won't have to pay to... Well, yeah, we would. If I went to this one, I went straight to here, I could then go here. But then it's like, what's the point in doing that when I can just take one boat thing and then naturally get that thing, and also we'll get some levels up. Let's go ahead and do that. And we need to head to Cropdale anyway, which is on the other side. It's over, like over here. We'll head back to Cropdale on the way. Will allow us to get Throne's levels up as well. We need to go up and then...
I shall be your opponent.
Ready?
City Ratkin 3. I don't like sword.
Eat this! Alright!
One bow. That gives us infinite points. We can attack all foes with... that actually works. So, attack them all with...
Oh my!
Thinking time.
We'll go for... like, don't have any...
Indulge me for a moment. Fine work, Oswald. My blade sings.
Now then!
Prepare yourself.
Ready? All tidied up.
The only one I'm really concerned about right now is Throne's. So more about Throne's levels. Raise physical by 3, raise physical defense by 3. All foes single target attacks yourself. I get the feeling that physical attack is probably going to be most useful. Got summon strength, which is going to increase our attack. That's really better. Oh, that's okay. That's the one. I don't know what this. Oh, that's where we found the. That's where we found the. That's the inventor's area. Alright, so everything is a higher danger level now, but it's also a danger level for More so a danger level for Throne than it is for anyone else, because she's lower level, but we're well and truly above the level. Let's go to... Here goes left. This will take us to the harbour. We're gonna go... I'm not gonna do 2 travels to there when, I know 2 travels along the boat to get me there, but it's like I can get there through 1 travel, and also just be able to level up characters if necessary. So by going to here, I'll be able to take a boat immediately from that one to the next area. However, if I go here, I can just get there via walking, and we can level up. Just gonna be better, so we're not under leveled. But it's costing us 2,500 each time. It's costing us more money each time we have things, but we're also gaining more money too. We also got very nice level ups from the. We got a nice level up from killing a 8 before, so if we find more of them, that'll be nice. Less people here now. There was a bunch of people here at night. Everything's changed now because of this now daytime. But we have a 8% chance to do those challenge. We have a lure now as well as an ability, so if we find a better lure target than what we currently have, I would consider it. He's good, but it's like we're above right now. Let's see what. I just like how the steal function is. I like how the steal function is related to is in the daytime. You'd think that would be the nighttime one. But then ambush, I guess, makes sense as well. Need to be higher level. So we'll head back to Leafdale, see if I can knock out that guy, and then if we can't, then I will head back to go to the next area. We need to go west. Don't have any multi-hit moves. Actually, no, I do have multi-hit moves. I have a dagger to everyone.
There. Thank you.
Now then.
Still not leveled up yet.
I'm done. Here I come.
Oh,
my blade sings. Who's next? There's no need for flattery. It'll rust my sword.
This gives us a chance in Cropdale to be able to grab a couple of. There might be a couple of new path actions that we can do because it's daytime. Realize there's a chest right there. I don't think I grabbed. Oh, nighttime again. Okay, well we can still ambush, so that should be fine. Actually, we needed to ambush, so we needed it to be nighttime to ambush. Imagine we have enough power to be able to do so. Also, just take items. Now we're a little bit higher level. Touch tone. I'm levels.
I'll take good care of this.
I'm level 15. Let's see if we're high enough level to do this fire. I didn't know. I just like the different options that we have.
I'll take good care of this.
The guy that we need to knock out is that one that's right there. That's got the big speech bubble we need to knock out. Okay, we're not high enough level. We need to be level 8 to ambush him. We are level 7, but we're almost at level 8. Might just be better to come back and like level up and then go back there again. But we might have been able to fight. But then again, we did get a couple of level ups just from those fights. Let's go around and see if there's anyone else we can ambush. Okay, what's your high level? Something to steal from me now. Oh. I just like how it's like, yeah, here, give me your items. Give me all the items. Okay, what can we take from our sister? Raspberries. Amazing, Agni, go on, take it from the best little sister ever.
Good night.
I'll take good care of this.
Alright, so we can't do what we need to in Crocodile, so we're gonna head all the way back to Hanelbrine to do Cassidy's chapter. So that's like right down. If I do level up, I can just come back here and do this fight first. That's the only one that I can do right now. Probably gonna. How far off from level up am I anyway? I don't think I'm all that far off the way. Okay, we're 20. So next fight, we'll level up. probably gonna.
Out of my way.
Now
Oh,
then.
because it's dark now, we all get a buff of speed. Not weak to dagger. They're not really weak to any. Well, they are actually. They are weak to stuff like this. Just using a skill. Normally it has axe. So normally it has axe. So it's actually what we could use the axe.
Oh my!
Full damage.
My turn.
I only have dark one.
Afraid of the dark. That's your weakness.
Broken.
Fine work, Oswald. My blade sings for the pride of Ku.
So Throne's level up, we can now head back to. We'll head back to the area and we'll knock the guy off. Alright, what do we got here? Sword attack on a single foe. Raise speed by 3, physical defense drops by 2. I'm gonna go actually and then we have 50% chance of attacking when using a non-damage skill. That means that if we buff someone, it's going to do. Okay, so we're gonna head back to the. Now that we're back here and it's daytime, what I'll do is I'll steal everything that's here, and then we'll go and switch it to nighttime again, and then we'll head to where we can go. That way we can take advantage of some of these. Stealing that would be very 65. SP plus 10. Let's see who might need that. Have a look and see who needs that, actually. Who needs SP more? Because I don't want to give it to there's a stimulating hearing. Actually, wait a second. Oh, Hikaru. You get Hikaru. Who needs it more? I mean, actually, it would be better for me to have it because it'd be better for me to have it actually. Leave those. Right now we don't need that. That's what's Kari already has one. Yeah, so it'd be actually more better for me to have because like wind damage reduced is not doing anything. At least with this we're getting extra SP for character that's gonna need it. Let's go and have. I can't knock him out because it's daytime. We'll check to see what else is around to see if there's anyone better that I can pick up.
I'll take that.
Okay, so that means that there's only a certain amount of time you can actually go on. So if you swap from day to night, happens instantly. They're really good when they do it like that. Should be able to knock it down. Ambush.
Fool.
Right? They finished the side quest. Thanks for shutting him up. A few too many tonight, even by his standards. Try and talk some sense into him when he comes to. Oh, it's my head. So I've overdone it again. Apologies for all the trouble I've caused. You know what's wrong? How about you cut back? You're gonna drink yourself to death this way. Again, my apologies, I have such fun chasing my troubles away, you see. Nobles have those too, do they? Why wouldn't we? See, I've married into a noble family of some now. I'm to do exactly as my wife and her mother say, no questions asked. My own daughters regard me with a steely gaze. Are they not, seeing how I'm made to behave? All too much. Oh, now, nobles, they really are just like the rest of us. Rather, you are, at least. Free to pour your heart out in this town. To accept me as one of your own after all the trouble I've caused. Of course, just know that I am only serving you peach juice for the time being. Thank you truly. So long as you hear my tale, that is more than enough. Alright, 4,000 leaves and a prosperity charm, so enter tale ensues. Nope. What does this do? Equip effect. Receive additional leaves at the end of battle. Okay, I'm gonna equip this. I'm going to equip this because, getting extra money is going to be very useful, and this is only increasing my speed, which I don't really need. So until for the super future, I'm going to equip this to, myself. And this way we gain additional money each time we complete everything. Alright, we're going to head to Cropdale next. Life for drown in sorrows there to be times. Peach juice, they surface to other worldlish, like to just family. Like how we can knock him out again. Alright, so now we're gonna leave and we're heading towards, heading back to where Cassie was in California. Where we're going next.
Let's play.
Thinking time.
Now it begins. My blade sings. Good.
You did it, Hikari! Even if I stumble, get back up.
I shall be your opponent. My turn. I'm sorry.
All right.
Here goes.
Ready? Eat this! Cleaning time.
It's my turn now. Sorry, I wasn't expecting that.
Cleaning time.
Now it begins. My blade sings.
I need a plan. I'm done.
Now it begins.
All right.
Ready? Afraid of the dark.
It's my turn. Thank you. Now then. There. I owe you one.
Now it begins. My blade sings. Who's next?
Cleaning time.
Eat this.
I'm stuck. I've gained valuable insights.
I don't know what's going on with this, but there's sometimes you'll get the party like after they've done the thing, it'll immediately go to the screen like that, and then other times it'll actually show like the poses. Well, I don't know this. Second, I thought I hadn't gone to this area. But I hadn't gone to this area, and I realized, oh, this is the area we were thinking. I realize there's people around here that I can, people around here that we can, talk to. I don't think there was anyone here last time. Someone at the... You know, there were people around here. That was Bridge Builder.
What's this?
Ishmael, find the youth who hopes to become a bridge builder, offer his services as a captain. Worksite always gets fired once his innate humptiness reveals itself. So now that he's a chance to work with a legendary master builder, a bridge builder, he's determined to do perfect work not lost. I should go down and actually get some buttons there to see how that guy goes. Grab everything here, racks. Fireball, bomb. Is this
What's this?
Alright, master bridge builder who has roamed the world practicing his trade. Having no permanent apprentices, he hires local carpenters and artisans as necessary for the project. Losing his parents and siblings in a bridge building accident, he became unbendingly strict about worksite safety, comes leads to being more difficult. I'm not going to try for the 8%, we'll go for the 8%.
I'll
I want to check what there is someone that's at the that White House right now. Do you want to
Prepare yourself.
Oh, we don't have
It's over.
they die
You kidding me, Patty?
Actually, this hits for everyone.
Oh my! Even if I stumble, I'll get back up.
The more level ups we get from throwing the better. I want to the guy here. Actually, there was someone. I thought I saw someone. I guess they're not there anymore. I don't know if I can get down to this. If I can climb up the level. Level 6. Danger level 16. We're not quite there yet. Gotta remember, like, what these levels are. I thought there was somebody there. There was.
come and get me.
Now it begins. It's over.
Time to shine. Oh my!
Cleaning time.
Now then. And done.
All right.
Now it begins.
What to do?
Now then. I've gained valuable insights.
Alright, let's see what skills. This time, Phase Element will take up an ally for 2 turns. Move an ally's next action to once up plus. Also, curious effects will confer 1 to 1. I think this I don't think I want this because it's a random chance of what it could be. However, this feels like it could be really good if I needed to, if there was a character that I needed to like give extra life and do it. And we get our evasion is increased now. Now, actually no, enables the equipping character to more easily evade enemies. this is actually, it's not increasing our invasion, it's just giving us a higher chance of actually these two. Pretty much we just have to keep getting used. Until we get to town, right?
I shall be your opponent. Now it begins. It's over.
What to do?
We just have a... Unfortunately, we don't have a...
As swift as a snake.
Unfortunately, we don't have a ability that gets all of our attacks hit single.
There, eat this!
You're incredible, Throne!
That's like one thing I'm noticing. All of these characters have abilities that are... They're good abilities, it's just that a lot of their attacks are only hitting for one week.
Here I come.
Kind of a problem.
There's no need for flattery. It'll rust my soul.
We're only hitting like 1 week. It's a big problem. Like, Renee is good. I'm not saying it's if I go look at what their abilities are, it's like Oswald hits for multiple elementals, that's fine. Throne has a dark attack that's single, a dagger attack that's single, and a sword attack that's single. It's just not. It's all single based. Hikari has multiple stuff based on what he do, and Agnia has the dagger, dagger all that weird.
Let the experiment begin.
Cleaning time. Eat this!
All right.
My turn. It's over.
Nice.
My turn. I take what I want.
Okay, so we have a lot that we have to do now, because we haven't been back here in a little while. So let's see what we can grab from people. We'll ambush Glass, obviously. So steal the 2 items. Bribe them.
I have a request.
Bribe them first and then we'll ambush them. Violin is age 34. Someone who plays violin on a street corner every night turns as mysterious and changeable as the ocean waves. Actually a famous musician, she finds performing solely is too confining and thrives on the applause of passes by.
Interesting.
Good night.
Ambush. Yeah, I'm doing the ambushes so that I can get the doing ambushes so that I can get the trophy. There's a trophy for 100 ambushes. So at least everyone we can talk. I know which people I haven't had.
Will this do?
Trader H37, New Delta trader, proactive and involved in many lines of business, came to the Western continent to seek new wares. He travels with his family, believing that they should see the world as well. Equipment for that. And then we'll ambush you.
Good night.
And we'll check out the smith window. Please.
Will this do?
Girl age 8, daughter of a trader from New Delta, accompanying him and her mother on a business trip to the Western continent. Easy travel at first, she has come to embrace the joy of discovering the world, largely due to the kindness of a boy she now.
Interesting.
Can't steal from you. High level. And bribe you though.
I have a request.
A woman aged 31, the wife of a trader from New Delta, traveling with him and their daughter on a business trip to the Western continent. Husband so neglected his home life for work that the two came perilously near divorce. She was satisfied with the solution they arrived at, traveling together as a family so they can spend time together.
Good night.
I have a request.
Senator age 17, Sisku's younger brother. He expects his older brother, a sailor on a large vessel with an name. Dreams of becoming a chef, not a chief, not a chef, on a ship under Sisku's command. He's already begun his culinary studies.
Good night.
Hand axe? That probably is worse than what we currently have.
I have a request.
Sisku, age 22, sailor on a liner to the eastern continent. He's good-natured and with a bit of short temper. He's close to his younger brother, Senna, and hopes to one day sail on the same ships.
Good night.
I wonder if this is going to be permanently locked, or if we, Also, I'm disappointed that, when we travel the thing here, it's not the ice boat. That would have been really cool if, like, they had an explanation of how everyone got their vessels to travel in. Fortunately, we still have it's the normal boat. But, I like the idea of the lake. Level 12 or higher to ambush now. Still all the items though, that's good.
I have a request.
I haven't sold any of my monetary thing items either. A townsperson aged 31, local woman who lives with her husband and their son. Before marriage, she was a florist, and even now, she does piecework craft, like creating bouquets for people to offer at the church. Also having an affair with an older man she met.
Interesting. I have a request.
My boy age 8, a Ken O'Brien boy in love with a girl from the eastern continent. He's trying to give her a gift that will convey his feelings before she leaves, but with success. Experience has brought him face to face with his own cowardice for the first time.
Interesting.
An item for that. Items.
I have a request.
Merchant age 33, a merchant who deals in local marine products. He has big plans for the business which he inherited from his father and believes that expansion will be good for his family and the whole town. Privately prefers meat to fish.
Interesting.
Good night.
It's funny to just randomly knock these characters out. See what happens. I don't know how. I'm guessing that unlocked door will unlock that door maybe through some of the story.
Will this do?
Author age 36, a writer who roams the town by night. Claims this is because stories are born while the world sleeps, but it is actually because his unhealthy work habits have inverted his sleep schedule. Health downsides have not escaped.
Interesting.
Residents of town will be more receptive to our inquiries. Visited here in Emma before. No. Worried about getting lost though. After all, I'll be traveling with 20 minutes to get around.
Will this do?
A young traveller, aged 30, young solo traveller from the eastern continent, who's headed for the desert, but upon arriving in this town, realised that he missed a very important bottle like Ash. Oh right, he was the guy that we helped with the, we helped that guy for the... We'll go down this way first, do everything here, and the last thing I want to do is head to the site. Side quest, right? Guessing that we have to go to that weird area.
Will this do?
Can Lighthouse Keeper, age 42. Son of a lighthouse keeper and son of a sailor who died at sea. He learned that his father's accident was caused by an out-of-commission lighthouse. He took up his current profession to prevent such a tragedy from happening.
Interesting. I have a request.
Elderly man age 67. Elderly man who attends church with surprising frequency. When leading his granddaughter by the hand, he is the picture of a jolly old grandpa. However, his habit of using that same granddaughter as an excuse to approach and flirt with every woman he sees has made him rather unpopular among the townsfolk.
Fool.
Just gonna keep knocking all these people out.
I have a request.
The girl aged 8, the granddaughter of an older man, often seen at church. Her parents are always busy working to repay their debts, so she's always with her grandfather instead. These debts are actually alimony payments to her grandfather's 5 ex-wives.
Interesting.
Also, I just noticed this. I am not seeing any, I haven't seen any areas that, this was the wealthy man, I remember. Good debt of gratitude. My son is a new man, and he's learned to stand on his own 2 feet at last. We came here for that.
Will this do?
I wonder where the thing's going to take place. For his father, aged 60, an entrepreneur widowed at a young age, he spoiled his own son out of pity for the boy. Never knew his mother. Now residing quietly in Cannelbrain, he still worries about his son's doings and new helps.
Interesting.
That's going to be interesting with what happens with the thing here, because I'm looking at this town. I haven't found any areas that show me where I'm supposed to go for that stuff. This is that Clary. I doubt we're going to be able to do anything with her. She's like max level 60 to rob her.
I have a request.
Alright, cleric age 32. High-ranking cleric who preaches the faith in distant regions. Her abilities and position in the hierarchy qualify her to run a church in a major city, but she prefers her humble, challenging work. She's gentle and warm by nature, but terrifying when angry.
Interesting.
Since the town are more accepted of guidance. Right? There. Down this way. I have noticed this though, that the when you enter into a town, the town's theme does not change. The day-night cycle doesn't continue when you're around town.
I have a request.
Very elderly man, age 65, a retired sailor living in a life of quiet seclusion from worldly things. Theory. In practice, he finds this so boring that he spends all day strolling the town streets. He's fond of taking care of people and helping to solve problems in the neighborhood.
Interesting.
Oh.
Fool.
Will this do?
Waiting youth, age 24, a Cannelbrain-born youth who works in the forest. He's currently visiting his hometown for some business. His parents died young and his brother is the only living relative he's upon.
Fool.
I have a request.
Right, cleric age 28, cleric of the sacred flame. Normally mild and earnest, his personality changes completely when he drinks. He made 3 grave mistakes while drunk in the past, and the next could finish him, but he still cannot stop drinking. No one longs more desperately for assistance from the Sacred Flame.
Interesting.
Good night.
You can't remember anymore because Carpenter. Grew up in a king called you. Actually, no. You all remember? Oh, that's right. He has plans for something.
I have a request.
Former you Carpenter, an old man from you, a nation that met its end decades ago. As Carpenter, he was heir to the considerable technical wisdom once boasted. He was even involved in the construction of Fort Orochi, part of which are still used, sheltered by the poorest residents of Sai.
Interesting.
Don't remember there was anything up here. No, there were others. These buckler, that actually might be better than what we currently have. I like how we can't knock him out.
I have a request.
Dance person age 28, regular in the audience at the tavern stage, a passionate fan of one of the dancers. He never tries to speak to her, but remembers her every performance down to the slightest order.
Interesting.
We're gonna do. We're gonna check to see if we have a buckler and cruise. Any of these. We already have a buckler. Yes, these probably already have. Nearly through everyone.
Will this do?
Hey, fisherman age 33, a fisherman who gets drunk every night. He often falls asleep on the way home and has to set up for another day's fishing from there. Every time this happens, he vows never to drink again, but by evening, that vow is fulfilled.
Good night.
There's like shoe hidden items. That's cool. Hasti's down here, but we can avoid her. Why not? That's a beast then. I remember this one. Human city big, very big. Can't steal from you right now.
Will this do?
Beastling age 30, a beastling from Totoha, who stowed away aboard the ferry to Canal Brine after taking interest in the outside world. There's no particular plan for what to do next, but cheerfully assumes that things will work out soon. Oh, that's right, the suspicious pet look.
I have a request.
Suspicious pet age 25, a roaming merchant often spotted in Canal Brine and a frequent visitor to Emma. Past rumors say he deals in illegal goods obtained in the chaos of war or by criminal means, but he has yet to cooperate yet.
Fool.
We'll leave Casti alone because we're gonna get to her in a minute. Well, still 2 more items to the north we need to grab, I believe. We'll head to the bridge there, save. Iron axe. That sounds like it should be better than that. And it is very much better than the war one. I only have one axe wielder right now anyway. Also, another good thing is that because chapter 1 is considered separate, I don't have to worry about using SP, so I guess there's an advantage and a disadvantage of this. So the advantage of doing this is that we don't have to worry about everyone else's thing, but the disadvantage is that we're going to be under-leveled for some characters. Well, not under-leveled, we're going to be stuck with certain things happening. Not available. Memorial Metal Harpoon is attack 38. Why is it not available? I wonder why this isn't available. Maybe we don't have the high level. We need to do something.
Will this do?
Alright, Metro Age 39, a brisk, cheerful woman who runs a food store by herself. She has not taken a day off in years, staying busy keeps Londoners at bay. Closing her store for the day, she broods over her husband who set out to fish one day and never came back. Maybe the only way we can get it is by, yeah, the only way we can get it is by finding this. Can't be what it is. I think that should be everything. Right, this is the way we have to go to the water source. Alright, we'll save the game and then let's go to panel point. I don't think there should be anything I miss. Side quest wise, because we're in Harperland. Harperland's here, yeah. Panel Brian, so one is. Oh, okay, I see what we're going to get that guy. We have to, that guy who's waiting there, we have to recruit the client, change the type of the time of day, speak with the other person waiting. That one we grabbed already. There's a lighthouse keeper in the Winterlands, we have to go on and do something. Yeah, apart from that, it's fine, yeah, so I just realised that we have to, well, considering it's... Yeah, actually, we can do this right now. We can do this right now, actually, No, I can't recruit. When we come back to here, we can go into the bridge. We actually could have done something. Okay. I don't think there's anything I have to worry about for her. Asti's chapter 1. Nothing to worry about for that. Side quests for her should be fine as well. We're in panel 1 and we're not. I don't have a way to. I do have a way to get someone to follow, but it's just Asti's. Probably I should do that when yes, let's start the next story.
Nutrient deficiency. Too long on the open seas, I take it. I also see symptoms of severe dehydration.
Apothecary. Everything's going dim. Please, heal me.
Easy now, it'll be all right. Healthy, nutrient-rich food is what he needs most right now. If only I had some fruit.
Healing grape on hand, give a little energy. We actually did have a healing grape on hand.
Ah, grapes!
I wonder how that works if we pick Casty as our first character, because if we didn't have any grapes on us.
Thank you. This is just what I was looking for. Here, eat this.
Thanks. I feel much better now.
Remember to maintain a balanced
Just
diet.
like how all the people
That'll
that I
help
have here
keep you healthy.
remain knocked down.
Take care. I appreciate the help. My name is Casti. I'm a traveling apothecary. Are you a traveler as well? I have lost my memories, and am searching for clues to who I once was. If you wouldn't mind sharing the road with me, may I join you on your travels?
Take us along, yes.
Thank you.
So we'll have her now, and party. Here at the beginning of Cassie's tale. So again, everyone's dissolved, and it's as if we find out how she gets to this point, I guess.
You have the power to save lives, more than any other. That's why you have to live. If anyone can create a cure, it's you. It's up to you now.
Look! Over there!
There's someone on that skiff!
I hear waves. Where am I? Am I on a ship?
Finally come to, have you? Feeling better yet? You've got the luck of the tides, you know.
Why can't I stand? My throat. Too dry.
Easy now, lass. You've had a rough time of it. Drink up.
Thank you for saving me.
Couldn't well leave you to the fishes. How'd you end up on that little skiff, anyhow?
Skiff? I don't know. I can't remember.
Come on, this isn't the time for jokes.
I'm sorry, but I really can't remember anything. Who I am, where I came from, it's all a blank.
I know one thing about you, lass. Your name. It's Casti.
Casti. How did you know that?
It's stitched onto your outfit. What's that uniform of yours anyway? Ah, right. Amnesia. Strange to think a person could forget their own name.
I have to remember. First things first, I need information. Somewhere to start. It will be difficult to learn who I am. Nevertheless, the crew of the ship should know more about the circumstances of my rescue. I should inquire about that, and the ship while I'm at it.
Acquire around for more information. So, let's get things started. I can't actually. Okay, we can't pause. Or check the menu. So I guess I have to just go around and do so. Let's see who we can talk to then. You guys don't even think of forgetting my husband and daughter. Okay, miss. Heard of amnesia before, but never actually met someone who had it. You haven't played enough video games. There are plenty of people that have amnesia. Amnesia is like a common trope amongst video games. Can't actually inquire. During the day, Casti can inquire and learn all sorts of information from townspeople. Yeah, the indicated level to me. But Casti, your body needs time to recover. Okay, so inquire something about this place. Make friendly banter to gather rumors in. That was easy. This is actually even better than the other one because it's just immediate. Captain H-55, the captain of a ferry connecting the eastern and western continents. Entering Casti is simply a matter of obeying his captain, but he feels a special kinship with her as she reminds him of his own daughter who died suddenly in the captain. So now we have Scrutinize, which is based on level and percentage. See, this one here is just strictly based on level. And then we have Bribe, which is pay money for.
Thank you.
Really lose your memories. Sure is the first I've heard of its kind. It's as if no one's ever heard of amnesia before. I don't know when this is set, but it's like, yeah, it's definitely not modern time. Clean the deck, prepare to unload the cargo, my work's never done. Alright, let's, there's 1, 2, 3 people that I can, I guess I have to do all of them, so, let's go. But on the lookout, I can see further than everyone else in this ship. Oh. Sailor H-22, a rather slothful sailor who happened to spy Casti's skiff while avoiding his work. Though his dereliction of duty was revealed, his keen eyes earned him a permanent post as a lookout.
Thank you.
H-32, fresh-faced captain of a ferry connecting the eastern and western continents. He became violently seasick on his maiden voyage, but lost heart by the time the boat docked in Whitelands. He'll hand in his resignation the moment he returns to the home.
Thank you.
Okay, I just realized there was a downstairs area that I didn't see. There might have been, I just realized this now, there's a, I thought there might have been a chest in here. I don't see any other areas that I can explore. Apothecary in a blue uniform. Okay, so the apothecary is female this time. So we had a male apothecary the last time. Passenger age 27. Soldier returned to the western continent having completed his duties. While on the eastern continent, he heard rumors of a group of apothecaries wearing blue uniforms who killed a large group of people. Thus he feels Cassie's appearance is an ill omen.
Thank you. I think that's about all I need for now. Based on the predominant currents in this region of the ocean, it's likely my skiff sets sail from somewhere on the continent to the east. From my exhaustion and the severity of my dehydration, it's fair to estimate that I was adrift for several days. Hold on. How do I know all of this? Not much point in wondering. I should instead thank my lucky stars that I was rescued. Now, to go over what else I learned. This passenger ship embarked from the Brightlands several days ago. Its destination is a large port town called Cannelbrine. Perhaps there's someone there who can shed a light on who I am. Ah, yes. These kind sailors brought my possessions to the passenger's cabin.
Oh, that was...
Maybe they can offer some material clues as to my identity. I should sort through them before we make landfall.
I hope we can inquire with everyone. Actually, no, these ones won't be out. I guess that's it. Let's, Apothecary's satchel.
This satchel. I recognize it. It's mine. It seems rather hastily stuffed. I must have been in quite the hurry. Medicinal herbs. A mortar and pestle. For preparing salves and the like, no doubt. Well, well. It seems I was an apothecary. What's this? A white flower. Why would I have something like this? Yet another mystery.
Land ho! All hands on deck! You sure you'll be all right, lass? Hard to get by without memories.
I've remembered a little. Enough. I was an apothecary. I appreciate your concern, but no need to fret about me. I'll remember the rest in time.
That's all. Know the seas, and you'll know thyself. An old sea dog taught me that proverb. May the wind and the waves always find you well, Casti.
Thank you, Captain, for everything. What a bustling little town.
Hey, get a load of her.
Huh?
She's one of them, isn't she?
Yeah, no mistaking it.
I appear to be causing quite a stir. Oh well. First things first, I need to find clues as to who I may be. I should speak to the people of this town. I might glean some knowledge about my past.
Look around town. So I think because this is her story, we should be able to go and do things quickly. Memories. Fragments of uncertain memories ricochet through Cassie's mind. The words, "It's up to you now," come through clearly, but what exactly is up to her? Lost at sea, a skiff drifts across the vast sea, its origins unknown. Amnesia, the skiff is hauled out of the ocean by a passing ferry, and Cassie awakens with no knowledge of who she is or where she comes from. Tries to speak to the sailors to inquire about her situation. Information gathering, Cassie gathers that the skiff she was found on must have drifted for several days, and that the ship she is on is making for town blank. Little else to do, she retires to her room to examine her belongings. The satchel. Cassie sorts through the satchel that supposedly belongs to her, finds that it's filled with tinctures, balms, and ointments. As the ship makes port, she wonders if she was an apothecary. In O'Brien Harbour, Captain gives Cassie some friendly encouragement as she disembarks. As she explores the town, she notices that the townsfolk appear to be avoiding her. In concern, she shrugs and so let's go and have a look at what we have access to. We have a lot more stuff than what we normally have. We start out with okay, so so we have some of these to be crafted instead of being the apothecary. So we have cleansing leaves, dark wine, plum leaves, lily of the fire. So we have a lot of those small shields using serum. And we can heal on the spot as well because we have healing touch. Equipment. So it's very similar to the other one. We have an axe. And so 300 HP, 88 physical. That's a very high. I wasn't expecting it to be that high. Maybe it's because I was expecting the female character to have lesser. 91 physical defense, accuracy and crit 80, max SP 50, so we have more SP, which is nice. Elemental attack 80, elemental defense 93, speed 64, and evasion 70. So healing touch is, I guess this is like first aid for, we started with a very similar thing, first aid plus bicycle, so one ice base damage for one blow. Rehabilitate, we can give immunity to status ailments for 2 turns, like that was what the apothecary had last, you know? Axe attack on everybody, that's sweeping cleaves, that's the same as last thing. Poison axe, unleash a powerful axe attack on a single foe poisoned for 2 turns, that's different. Replenish health for 3 turns, grant HP to a single ally after they perform an action, so that is every turn they're going to gain. And weak to poison, make a single foe weak to poison. And our job skills are Vigorous Victor restores 30% of the equipping character's max HP and SP after winning a battle. I remember that from school. Hale and Hardy raise the equipping character's max HP to 100. Inspiriting Break restores the equipping character's SP when breaking a foe. That's different to what the last one was. The last one, I think, was every time we did damage with the axe, it would, every time we did damage with the axe, it would increase, it would give us 1% of the back. And preventative measures grants the equipping character immunity to the enfeebling effects for 3 turns at the start of battle. So let's go around and see who we can talk to, and with all these characters, we should be able to get new information. Let the car go, and then, phew, every day's as busy as Fisherman age 33, a fisherman who gets drunk every night. He often falls asleep on his way home and has to set out for another day's fishing from there. Every time this happens, he vows like, okay, so we're getting some of the things that are the same. Getting extra hidden items though. That's right. Not, they're not actually appearing on my map. Alright, let's see what we can talk to if they're the same. So that, why would they have that one there be? Why would they have that guy there say, hey, you can do this, and then... Because it's the daytime, there's no one here. I'm gonna try and avoid going... area first, so we have a chance to explore around and grab anything that we might have left over. So that's locked this time. We can't go into there yet. We were able to go into there in the normal game. Can't go across the river, so that touches the coast. Make the save here. Voted something. They're all popping up. But let him be uniform rider on the ship. But boy, agent, can't boy in love with a girl. It's the same one. Like, so
Thank you.
Same thing, even though they're... I don't know why they're showing that, and then it's... Some of them are new, some of them aren't. Like, none of them are new. The ones with the hidden items aren't... Clothes they were wearing had some kind of crust. A sailor who works on the ferry pretends to be a born and bred and sea, but it's actually from a beastly village. The first boat he stepped aboard was the one that took him away from home's fortune. Thought sailing would be a simple matter of riding the waves, and greatly regrets his career choice now that he knows how punishing it can be.
Thank you.
Bravely. Same. Okay, we're gonna have to go across the... We're probably gonna have to go across the bridge to trigger it. They're preventing us from being able to use the stairs. Okay.
It seems I've been given the cold shoulder. In that case, I'll just have to try my luck with someone else.
Okay, that explains why they had names, because we just interacted with them and all the hidden items we could have grabbed for her story were pretty grabbed them.
Excuse me, are you alright?
What's going on here? Is something wrong with him?
He's burning up. We need to get him inside.
Looks like sun fever. He's covered in rashes.
Rash, vomiting. It could be the onset of some sort of strange poison. I should have the herbs to treat this. Hold on for just a moment.
Alright, so now we have the second action. So her daytime path action is to inquire, which is essentially free, depending on level, and then path action soothe. At night, Cassidy can administer medicine to townspeople and soothe their pain, allowing them to rest. We have to have the right items in order to soothe someone. So this is essentially the same thing as thing, but we don't get any reward for it. I guess we get a reward for helping them, because we do, that would be really going to give that boy your medicine. Interesting that we can't access the journal here. Okay, so... Wait, we have this? Oh, we do. Lycanth antipyretic. Medicine concocted using lycanthi seeds and other herbs that reduce fevers. Okay. We just randomly had that. So I'm guessing... I don't know what we get for this. Do we get... Surely they're not just going to be like, hey, soothe this person and then get no reward.
Step 1, lower the fever. Luckily, we caught this sickness in its early stages. Dash of lycanth seed mixed with some of these herbs should do the trick. Good. I still remember my craft at least. There. Drink up. Slowly now. That's a good boy. Phew. The fever's receding. He's sleeping peacefully now.
Your work was flawless from diagnosis to treatment. The very model of an apothecary.
Thank you, Miss...
Malaya. I'm a traveling apothecary.
Thank you, Malaya. My name's Cassidy. Sorry to say, I don't remember much else. I was an apothecary, but what kind I cannot say. I've come down with a bad case of amnesia.
What? Then how did you diagnose and treat that boy?
It seems my hands still remember their craft. Strange, isn't it?
Who are you? Wait. That blue uniform. It can't be. Get back! Don't you dare touch my brother!
What?
Senna! Did she hurt you? How'd you sneak in here? What'd you do to him?
Calm down. She's an apothecary. She treated your brother for his ills.
Out! You're one of them, aren't you? Heirs apothecaries.
Heirs apothecaries? What?
That blue uniform, that sigil, there's no mistaking it. The whole town's in an uproar about you, witch. Word is one of you pestilence mongers have been lurking about.
Pestilence monger? I don't understand.
And I don't care. Out! Out!
Let's go, Cassidy.
Who are these heirs apothecaries?
I've heard the name before.
The only thing I can think of is that there would be people lying around in town that might be knocked out, and you can soothe them to, like, they're already knocked out, and you can't get them up or something like that. Maybe
What
that's
sort
how-
of people
how
are
it
they?
works.
Why was that man so hostile to me? What's wrong with me? We have far more pressing business than my lost history. I fear Senna's illness is only the beginning. If I can't identify the root of this sickness, it could engulf the whole town. There's no time to waste.
You're going to help them? Even after how you've been treated? Would your time not be better spent treating your own woes?
Saving these people comes first. As long as I can heal the sick, who I am is ultimately trivial.
The very model of an apothecary indeed. Very well. You have my aid. Let's split up and find the source of this sickness.
Malaya, thank you.
You're one of those heirs apothecaries, aren't you?
We won't let you fool us.
I'm sorry, but would you mind telling me about these apothecaries? I'm unfamiliar with them.
Don't play dumb. Everyone knows what that little band of apothecaries have been up to on the eastern continent. They travel around charging only a pittance for services. But it's all a sham. Their medicine is poison, and they've killed more than they've helped. I even heard they butchered an entire town not long ago.
I don't know what dark purpose drives them, and I don't care. Word is, one of them just showed up in town, and you're the only strange apothecary around here, so...
You may be right. The truth is, I don't know if I am what you think I am. I remember little of my past.
A likely story! We're on to you! Get off with you!
Who I was and what I've done, I cannot say. Nevertheless, right now, all I want is to help the people of this town. I'm looking for clues as to what is causing the people here to grow sick. Please, if you know anything, tell me.
Marlo, what's wrong?
Stop! Get away from him!
What's the big idea? He needs help. Or do you want me to leave him there to die?
I said step away! He may be contagious.
Contagious?
I knew it. The symptoms are the same. I need to ease his fever, and quickly. I'll carry him. All of you stay here.
Something else we're getting sick though, that's the other one.
There. He should make it now.
She healed Marlo.
Just who are you, really?
Help! People are fainting from some sort of strange fever.
What in the world's going on?
Damn! And of course this happens while our healers are away.
Let me treat them.
Alright, so now we have to go around the whole town and soothe everyone. Fallen boy, Kirsty sees a boy collapse on his doorstep and rushes to his side to give aid. Help of another woman who has also appeared on the scene. She carries the boy inside. Check up. The boy appears to be suffering from the onset of some sort of strange poison. Using medicine, the sick boy groans under the effects of sun fever. Cassie quickly mixes up medicine to put him to sleep. The other woman introduces herself as Alaya, a truck apothecary. As apothecaries, the sick boy's older brother blanches when he sees Cassie and accuses her of belonging to a group called Heirs Apothecaries. Despite her protest, quickly chases her out. Ill repute of Heirs Apothecaries. Rumor has it that Heirs Apothecaries are a band of vicious murderers with the sickness spreading town. However, Cassie has no time for hearsay. She dashes from patient to patient, tending I really hope that we get like some sort of when we ambush people and we knock them out, we get no reward for that. But I would hope that soothing we do get something for it, because it doesn't mention. It just mentions. So in battle, we can concoct to do something in battle. That's fine. But the whole thing about like administer to a townsperson and soothe what ails them. What do we get from that? Because I didn't get anything for that before. Near the end, the rest is up to you, Casty. Well, before I do that, I want to explore around. Strong center, right here with you. I want to see what this does. I've already saved the game. Just
Take the... Good night.
okay. All it does is just puts people to sleep. Doesn't do it. So there's no reason for me to do this at all, because it's like with ambush. At least with ambushing, it's free. With ambushing, it's free. I mean, I guess you could also say the same thing about scrutinize and inquiring. So I could just inquire during the day and not have to pay any money for the thing, because like I don't have that person on me at the time. But here, it's like soothing does nothing at all apart from it would only be useful for putting people to sleep. It wouldn't be useful for anything else. Now that I think about it, because at least with ambush, knocking someone out means I can get them out of the way. And then here, all this does is it's essentially a worse version of knocking them out, and you expend an item and it does nothing. So if I have the chance to, I'm gonna reload my. Because at least with bribing and all the other stuff and buying stuff, at least it's an additional way to get something when you might not be able to get it. Here, I don't see any benefit whatsoever to doing soothe. Because you just give them an item and then you get nothing in return. Because at least with bribing, it's like you give them money, you get what you're looking for. And with purchasing the item, it's like you might not be a high enough level for scrutinize or for. I mean, here with inquire, you need to be a certain level. That's another thing as well. So. Because it's like, you've got the 4 of them, right? Bribery is 100% guaranteed. This one's based on level. And the other one is based on level plus something else. So it's like, I don't see any reason for me to do soothing whoever. Especially when I can just use knockout and knock out whoever I want. Well, I want to still want to explore around to see if there's anything I can use. you can just go up to people and give them slumber save. The only thing this fixes is I can now just give this to one of the people. But let me just, if I look at this, so people who are awake. Okay, so people who are awake, I can just give a slumber sage to and they become. So that's what soothing is for. So it does have its use. The only thing it has a use for is if I have slumber sage on hand, I can use it to knock them out. That's what it's used for. So, like, one of the side quests is there's an option that I can do to get a slumber sage just to get rid of them. Let's get rid of it. Because I'm looking at this and it's like, it's, yeah, we have a... Okay, administer to a townsperson and soothe what ails them, allowing them to rest. So the only thing that ails these people when they're standing up is, sleep. So there's no reason for me to keep doing this. If it's going to expend items, so at least with the bribery one, it's like with the bribing and the purchasing one, I'm guaranteed to get those items. Here, I'm not getting anything out of this. Alright, let's see what else we can go and do that for then. I wasn't aware that that was how it works. So, if you see someone who's knocked out, we can at least awaken them back up again and then not be able to talk to them. If that's the case. However, if I see someone who's awake, unless they are in the way of something that I've never been to before, there's no reason to use what needs to be done. After that kid. Right, answer me. I want to go and look around to see if there's anything that I can do. They've unlocked all the waterways have been unlocked now. Oh man, this just suddenly came down with a high fever and collapsed. His granddaughter went looking for an apothecary, but hasn't come back. Still locked. Yeah, I wonder if I can if I can give him something, I can get inside. There's something town, I wonder what it could be. If I give him a slumber sage, I should be able to go inside. Not then.
Here, medicine. Good night.
At least I get something. I don't have to come back in here again. What could we get? Woodcutter's great axe. I think we did that. Could we use? So yeah, pretty much I will only be using Soothe if I need to get into an area that I can't get into naturally, or another way. Whereas at least with purchasing an item, it's if I can't steal it, or if I bribe, it's because I can't, like, I'm not high enough level, because there's different things, like, if I'm not high enough level to scrutinize, I'm not high enough level to probably do the other one anyway. Depends on who's on us at the time, but there's no reason for me to do Soothe, unless it's going to actually benefit me in another, like here, I at least get a better axe out of it. That's gonna at least give me a little bit of an advantage in fighting. And again, ambush is the same thing. It does nothing. But the reason I do ambush as a 3 action is because it's like I've already done everything else. And it's like I'm trying to get the thing. And it's better than me just doing Soothe. Let's go and do our in order. Emergency, I tried to bring the feeder down, but it's not working. Right? Okay, so they gave us enough to soothe everyone.
Medicine.
My fever's broken, thanks to you. You have my gratitude.
Good night.
Got you, bench of the crisis thanks to you. Okay, I'm sorry I let doubted you. That's the tavern, isn't it? There's might be someone in the tavern. Night time now. That's all I can do it for. So it does have its uses, but Slumber Sage doesn't seem to be something that's going to be.
Here,
Cumbersome
medicine.
issue, so.
Thanks
I think
for
it was 3.
saving me, miss.
Good night.
Well, the good ones, aren't you? Something else we can do. Right, back to the final one. I don't know, I just see this more of a cleric role than I do as a apothecary. Okay. Is anything spinning? Someone please help.
Here, medicine.
Thank you. I feel a little better now.
There. I've done what I can for now.
The sickness is spreading fast. We need to find its source, or there won't be anyone standing before long.
Are they better?
We're out of the woods for now, but it's too early to breathe easy.
I'm sorry about before. I shouldn't have said what I did.
Senna gave me a tongue lashing about it too. He said you saved his life. I know I've got no right to ask this after how I treated you, but please, save our town, save my friends.
I intend to, but I need your aid first. Help me locate the source of this contagion.
Huh. Well, I don't know if this will help, but earlier today, Senna said the water tasted funny.
Hey, Ma said the same thing to me this morning.
It really doesn't feel like a
I boiled some water this morning and didn't notice anything strange.
Ah, that's why. Boiling water purifies it or whatever. If there's any
Water. Of course. Maybe those who contracted this illness all drank the water without boiling it first. If that's true, then that must be the source.
A fine deduction, Casti. I agree.
We draw our water from a spring that flows out of a cavern south of town.
Then my course is clear. I must hurry to this cavern and cleanse the spring before the sickness spreads further.
We're coming too.
This is our town. It's our job to protect it.
I appreciate the offer, but I'm afraid I must insist that you stay. Cleansing noxious substances is dangerous work. Stay here and see to your sick.
Well, all right. Take care of yourself, apothecary.
Malaya, could you remain here to treat these people?
You have a habit of putting others above yourself, don't you? Fine. Just come back in one piece, Casti.
I'll try. The world needs more apothecaries like you, Malaya. I'm setting out for the cave to the south. I'll be back soon.
Make for the kennel, Brian. So, everything should be back to normal. From the source, Cassie questions the locals and concludes that the water supply is the source of this strange malady. She leaves the sick townsfolk at the cave of Malaya and kennel Brian's water source to deal with. Right, off we go. Good thing we didn't go down to this area, because the reason I didn't go down to this area originally, even though it was level 1, because there was nothing there that I actually needed to go and head to there for, and it's essentially a path. That's another thing as well. Like, if it was somewhere, like, this is a pathway to somewhere. It's like, this is a path, and then this is a path. So when it comes to, like, these areas that don't have actual paths, when we got to Cropdale, it was, like, these were paths. So the idea is, like, if it's a path, then I will go there when I need to go there. If it was, like, a town or a thing, for example, like, down here, and that was, when I was here, the reason why I went into here originally was because, yeah. That was the estate, yeah. The reason why when I got to here, I thought this was a path downwards, but this was actually part of the story, so that's why we went to there. But like everything that I've gone through so far has pretty much just been paths. Right, let's go on. I don't think I can do anything. Just head to the water source. It's probably better to go right first. If we can get any, like, items to boost my stats or do something to make me a little bit better, that would be nice. But it's still level 1. Still level 1.
Precious to risk.
You're not any fighting.
Here I go.
Right, you're weak to axe, and actually, you're weak to axe and a medical concoction mixed two ingredients and triple effect. Cassie can concoct potions and substances from various ingredients during battle. Concoctions have a wide range of effects, including aiding allies and harming foes. Entering boost mode will bolster concoction's effect at the cost of more ingredients. I believe we could not do this in the original game. You could not concoct with a boost, but now you can concoct with a boost with a potion of ingredients. Good thing is that it actually tells you how much things will heal for you and things. So medicinal concoction times 2. So it grants random slightly positive status effect. Grapeseed single ally restores 450 HP, 45 SP. This will attack up to, I think. So it's good that they've given us like a good. Alright, so they're weak to. I'm guessing it's going to break. I'd rather just do this first.
What to do?
And do a level.
This'll cool you down.
But I'm gonna get a level as I go on. Need to get a little bit of level up to reach the area. There is a chest. Grab that. Right. This takes me.
poison that must be purged.
Weaver Core, I suppose. Should be fine because.
Here I go.
Oh, it's got two powerful one. This time we'll do a wax into.
My turn. This'll cool it down. Well now.
Again, we're gonna take damage.
Not
But we don't have any good skills and stuff yet. But hopefully some of these chests will help us out. Oh, town, that's good. This will give us some more defense. I'm guessing that's the way I'm supposed to go.
Life is too precious to risk. What to do? Well now.
Even with our upgraded axe,
This'll cool you down.
amount of damage, we'll at least take a little bit less damage now.
What to do? What to do? Forgive me.
I see. Okay, so we're not going to go to the right, we're going to go to the left. I can see that there's another. I'll make sure I go to the. Yeah.
Are you my next patient? Here I go.
I don't have an all kit for everything. They're not weak to axe. Probably weak to
Well now. This'll cool you down. Now. What to do? These hands. This'll cool you down. It has to be done.
doesn't matter anyway, because we're like one away.
Well now.
But we're gonna get
This'll cool you down. I'm terribly sorry.
spam out the
What to This'll cool you down.
doing decent damage.
I
but we
know
still
no
have a lot
cure
of
for
cover.
evil.
I was wrong. I thought we were about to get a heal. We are not.
These bars are broken.
Oh, okay, it's fine. We're actually still going.
Something must have forced its way in here.
We're gonna go through in here.
The wellspring is just a little further. I'll need to
Now it's
approach
up.
it with caution.
We're not going straight into the boss fight right now. Even though they gave us a save. That means I should be able to. Could still level up. There is another save. kind of afraid of this one, only because
Life is too precious to risk.
you don't have a lot of
Well now.
you could actually
What to do?
we're gonna get a level up here, so
This'll cool you down. It has to be done.
we'll wait to it anyway.
My journey will not end
So we're gonna get a drop point boost in a second, which I will probably have to invest in max skill. Using serum. That way looks like it's the right way to go. I'm hoping for some more armor and improve. Oh, there's a travel. Okay, so let's wait. We've got to go where
here. Are you my next patient?
We'll go down here first.
My turn. Well now. This'll cool you down. Now. Here I come. Feel nothing, only pain. This'll cool you down.
Once we get a level up before
I know no cure for evil.
Oh, get to this point. We're at 30. Or at least at the level. So, I have a choice now. My choice is either do I go for... I can go for 3-turn regen, which I don't know if I need, because I have access to healing myself. I can grant myself immunity for status ailments. I feel like I can go for powerful axe attack that poisons for 2 turns. That's a single hit though. I'm thinking doing this because at least I can hit multiple enemies if there's more. I guess we'll see if it's what we're gonna be. We've only just leveled up, so I've got to be careful. Old armor, that's good. Gonna be good for our defense. Alright, we at least have something. We're not too strong, but we should be okay. Don't think I intend on buying anything. There is a hand axe, but it's worse than what we currently have, so we actually have something better. Everything else is fine. We already have. We could get a buckler, but I don't feel like I need one. It's just sort of a chest right there. I think I'll try and be more.
Life is too precious to risk.
No
My
need
turn.
for me to start using SP when
What to do, what to do. Yeah. My turn. Forgive me.
I'm not gonna get another level up here. If I was close enough, I would try to. Well, I could go for another level up, but I don't think I need it. Alright, well, we found the poisoned water source.
What is this foul smell? It is true what they say. Filth is the root of all illness. Now then, what is it that's made all this mess? Foul vapors abound. I need to be careful not to inhale any effluvia.
Oh, okay.
I think I found the source.
It looks like a monkey and a... They're infected by something.
So you're the ones causing all this trouble.
Well, that sounds like they can talk.
Bloodshot eyes and jaws dripping with venomous foam. It's obvious that you're infected. Your very touch poisons the waters here, sickening all who drink it. I couldn't convince you to leave peacefully, could I? The townsfolk need these waters more than you. It was worth a shot. Time to clean up this mess. Quiet down.
We're up against 2 enemies, so I did make a good choice.
What to do? What to do?
You're only weak to 2 things. I'm guessing the 2 things that you're weak to is axe and... So doing that... Wait. You're not weak to axe.
I am unwell.
Right, so...
Here I go.
This is gonna be a tough fight. 2 on 1. We have... I don't have any, like, buffs that will give me, like, stuff that will, either. He's not weak to axe. He had to be weak to... What are we gonna do? We don't have a lot of we literally have only access to axe and ice. We're probably gonna have to solo both.
This'll cool you down. Ah, there.
Let's wait to ice. The other one's weak to axe. Ice you carefully.
Well,
I'm gonna have to fight you.
this'll cool you down. I'm terribly sorry. Here I go.
Considering he's broken, and we know the other guys with ice. We're weak to axe.
Axe attack. This will hurt.
Even though it's not weak to axe, we still have... Even though it's weak, not weak to axe, we still can do a lot of damage. Fine, maybe.
Hold it together. This'll cool you down.
Need to break that one I can't break that. He's gonna have his turn, but I can't risk doing it. I don't know how much this does. I'll just have to risk
This will make it all right.
how much left here. Alright, I thought he was going to do a super. You smirk at me, so.
What to do? What to do?
Just in case of being attacked by Will.
Well now.
Running out of...
I require this.
Only hit one with one.
What to do? What to do?
Right?
This'll cool you down. Now.
I'm gonna use the full axe attack to.
I am unwell. Axe attack. Curses. At this rate.
I need to heal.
This will make it all right.
So he healed himself and gained 8 turns worth of bomb.
How deplorable. Just
Okay, so I
cannibalizing
guess
its own kind.
I guess I was supposed to put one in there.
What a noisome odor. Did cannibalizing its own empower it somehow? How troublesome. I'll need to handle this quickly. Hold it together.
I'm only poisoned for one more turn, so that's fine. So what I want to do is I want to hit one normal action. Then break it. Passes late power every drop counts. Don't forget to full conditioning. You can concoct without using up any materials.
At this rate.
I will do that.
I
Yes.
have a talent for making do.
Let's. I need health and. Probably need SP. Let's combine the HP. Okay, so now it tells me what these do. Okay, so the fusing serum gives everybody the effect. Let's combine this. Doesn't
A
cost.
pinch of this and... Well now.
Let's build up the.
I am unwell.
We have to break it. No, we don't have to break it. So he's going to. What I will do is I will do a single.
Yeah. Hold it together.
Then double.
These hands.
Let's see if it's weak.
This'll cool you down.
Not wait to just wait to axe. Now use another. This is actually very overpowered.
I extend a helping hand.
It doesn't cost me anything to do this.
Time for your medicine.
Like full heal plus full thing. I don't even need to. Because of this poison. And the way that
What to
like
do?
power is.
What to do?
There's only weak to axe, so what I will do is I will build up my I'm only doing one heal. That way it'll build up my... Now we need to...
Here I go.
Yeah.
Well now.
Then I will charge up.
My turn. Axe attack.
We're getting our late power very, very quickly.
What to do?
It's not easy for me to do it here.
I know
really
no
simple.
cure for evil.
I can see this being a little bit broken with the amount of damage. Like you can, if I get latent power
Don't
very,
think
very,
badly of me.
if I get the latent power very, very quickly from like poison or something like that, I can just keep spamming that out.
That takes
Healing
care of the
free.
root of this illness. All that's left is to sprinkle pure balm leaves around. Liberally. With time, the corruption here should fade. There. A dash or two of pure balm for myself, too. It won't do anything for the smell, but I'll feel better for it nonetheless. Now, back to town to relay the good news.
Look! That apothecary is back!
Oh, what a horrible stench.
Yes, sorry about that. I cleared the source of the infection polluting your waters. The spring will run clean again in time. Nevertheless, I recommend boiling all your water for a good while yet.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're Senna's brother, yes? How is he?
Back on his feet, and as rambunctious as ever. Not a trace of that nasty fever in it.
I'm glad to hear it. Allow me to stop by later to check on him just in case.
We were wrong about you. You helped us, even after we treated you like dirt.
How can we ever make it up to you?
Don't worry. It's clean water under the bridge. Although, I do have one request.
Anything. Just name it, Casti.
May I borrow your bath?
I'm glad our paths crossed, Casti. But it's time for me to move on. The open road is calling.
Malaya, may I ask what it is that compels you to travel?
I'm searching for a way to cure a terrible disease. I've identified the ingredients I need to brew the medicine, but I've yet to discover the correct recipe. So I travel in hopes of completing my cure, and saving as many lives as I can along the way.
Is there anything I can do to assist you?
No. This is my problem. My burden to bear. You have your own troubles to see to. Your memory, for one.
I need to know who there's apothecaries are. And who I am as well. I can't rest until I know. Malaya, correct me if I'm wrong, but you seem to know something about them. Please, Malaya, I need to know. Tell me, I'm begging you.
What about berries? Before I do that though, discovering the scores, Cassidy questions the locals and concludes that the water supply is the source of these. According to Melody, she leaves the sick townsfolk in the capable hands of Malaya and heads for Panel Brian's water source to deal with it. Unsanitary beast, Cassidy discovers infectious beasts at the water supply source. Though she attempts to convince them to live peacefully, they're wild, feverish, and mad, and she has no choice but to resort. Purifying the waters, after dealing with the source of the poison, Cassidy sprinkles pure balm in the waters and on herself, then returns to town. For welcome upon her return, townsfolk thank her for all help, begs the path to break the stink. Malaya the apothecary, before parting with Malaya, Cassidy asks her about Ayers' plot. Change. I don't think there's anything around here that I need to really... No, I can actually. Daytime, we already explored the area. Let's... We have to inquire to go do this? Wait. Malaya, age 27, an apothecary met Anne O'Brien. She's on a journey in search of the recipes for various medical compounds. She seems to know of Ayers' apothecaries, but will say nothing about them. Wait, why is it... Oh, okay, so she can... Oh, we're getting flashbacks. Okay, so that's how it works. I wonder if this can be in general.
Cassidy.
Oh, she knows who we are.
You have the power to save lives. More than any other. That's why you have to live. If anyone can create a cure, it's you. It's up to you now. Live, Cassidy. There's someone you have to save.
It can't be.
I pray your memory returns, Cassidy. One day. Farewell.
Wait. That woman in my vision. was Malaya. Then we've met before? What's going on? Malaya. What made you act as if you didn't know me? Why would you... Malaya. Malaya. It was Malaya who put me aboard that skiff. But why? Who or what were we running from? If only I could remember. I need more clues. Something else to go on. A hidden pocket in the bottom of my satchel? A book. Treatment log. In my hands, I held a diary. One I'm sure was penned by my own hand. It contained a record of treatments given, patients seen. 2 towns were mentioned within its pages. Sai and Winter Bloom, more notable by far. It's covered with blood. Everything beyond the first few pages is too stained and smeared with blood to make out. What in the world is the story here? It's time I went on my own journey. This journal is the only clue I have. I have little choice but to visit Sai and Winterbloom and see what I can find.
You're gonna get 2 of them, so I guess that's for chapter 2 and 3.
I need to rediscover who I am. And there's something else. Something important I'm forgetting. I need to remember.
So Cassie leaves the town, where she'd been set adrift on the open seas. What link does she have with heirs of apothecaries? Who is this mysterious healer Malaya? In order to reclaim her lost memories, Cassie sets out on a journey. Why do I get the feeling that Malaya is the one who needs saving? Cassie the Apothecary chapter 1 end, because she was saying like you have something you need saving, and it doesn't maybe introduced to that's important to where it was Cassie, I guess. I don't know.
Any ache, pain, or ill, I'll patch you right up. I'm sure you won't regret having me around. You choose the road for now, and I'll follow.
Party's full, would you like to replace an existing member? I will do it in the tavern. And then that way it's much easier to... Because like, there's no reason for me to soothe anyone here, because there's nothing to soothe. Do that in the tavern. Before we go. Add all the leaves and items to Cassie's possession. Also, the other reason why is because now this area will unlock and we'll probably be able to do a lot more things here before we move away. Again, I have no reason to soothe anyone. Add all the leaves and items to Cassie. I'm going to take a quick break and then we'll be back to not back everything up, but like see what else is around in this town. Alright, let's, now if it was anything like last time, what happened last time was we ended up, having a whole bunch of people in Chapter 2 that we were able to go and recruit, so let's do that here again. So, memory fragment appear. Hessia gains a small part of her memories. To her shock, she recalls that it was Malaya who put her on that skiff. Treatment log. Kirsty resolves to visit the two towns mentioned in her treatment log, Sai in Hinouma, and Winter Bloom. Let's, I haven't put her into the thing yet, because she will be going in, and just wanted to make sure that there was anything else that I could go and do. But she's actually right down here, so Sai route is in chapter 17. And Winter, and, where are the other ones? Winter Bloom is here. Well, everyone wants to do the Sai one more than the Winter Bloom kind of thing. Alright, let's go around and have a see if there's anyone around that we can walk to. I think everyone here is the same, actually. Did I not come here with Hikaru? Wait. Oh, right, it's the daytime. Did I? Yeah, I guess I just didn't challenge people. Around for a place to save her. I now don't remember. The areas are so much different now. I don't remember fighting it as I don't remember fighting it. There's some. I remember this person either. Well, I guess they are here because we did. Get the information. I think everything here is the same. I will head to the we'll head to the, these ones here, though.
I'll take that.
See if any of these people have changed, though. I don't think they have. But I don't think anything's changed. I've already got an old one, so I don't know what changes or anything. Ah, now I can grab the car. Okay, now I can grab it. Before I wasn't able to do that. So you do want to put that to... We're not going to put it to Hikari in case we're getting rid of them, but that's at least an off there. Anything else around that I can... Ah, there's more people in here now. Way more people in here. We can go and grab them. And on my sins, I should go to the second flank to figure the lock. Same, I'm guessing this is the same cleric, right? The really, really high powerful one. It is. Alrighty. Surely there's gonna be something down that way. Right, we'll go into the tavern then. That's what we're gonna do. same thing like last time, so Hikari and Agnia have both reached level 16, so I'll probably be dumping out Hikari and putting in, because I need to, well, she needs to be level 7, and she's level 11. That's, so they've all met their again, all of them have met their requirements that are required for their chapter 2. So in this case, what I will do is I will get rid of Hikari and put in Think of Turbo. So let's get rid of Hikari. We'll get rid of Hikari for Cassidy. That's who the thing, and then we'll put because even though Agnia's already reached the level, Agnia's already reached the level that she needs, but she's got the least experience of the ones that are in there already. So the idea will be that we. And also, again, these ones that are level 17 and 16, we got that high because of the cadence. So, if I can grab get a thing, and that's fine, then that, and also we're working towards other things as well. So let's just, actually I needed to, equipment first. We're going to remove all the equipment off of everyone. Just have them start from no. Oh, right, I have to swap Ari out for Cassidy. I know I could put a shed back into the thing, but there's again the drone needs to be in there. And Cassidy needs to be in there. And then Agnia doesn't need to be in there as much as the thing, but she's also been in there for the right now we want to equip everyone with everything. So again, weapons prioritized will be based on, weapons are going to be based on damage. The higher you are with weapons, the better. Unless it comes to certain things, so the only one that the dancer has access to normally, naturally, is the dagger, so give her the best dagger, but then we'll give her a secondary. Sword. So her axe that she was using was here. We're now giving her one that's got at least double that. Now, in terms of defense, obviously, we want to make sure that we have the best defense. Actually, do we really need to do it like that? Because no, because last time I wasn't doing that. I didn't do it via the best defense for one of my characters. It's better for me to do it. Give me the worst defense because I'm the highest level. So Bastille needs the best defense. The SP I don't need to give to her. I don't think I need to give it to her. Who would I give the SP to if I read now? Oswald has higher SP than everyone else. But he doesn't need it right now. Ronnie doesn't need it. Agnia doesn't really need it. I could give it to Cassidy. Give Cat, because then those I think I might do that. This the next best. That's another SP one. I'm not going to give you the SP. Needs the SP more. I feel like Oswald at this point would need the SP more than in this party at least. Charm will always stay on Oswald. He's the one that's in our party the most. Asti needs the most defense, as well as... Let's give ourselves the... Actually, I have plenty of those. I'm trying to think what else would... I don't feel like Thronny needs SP. I don't think Agni really needs SP. Now, it doesn't seem like they're running what? I'm sure a whole lot. But, what do I want to give everyone? Oh, I've got accuracy, speed, crit. We'll give you speed, accuracy, and crits. And then we'll give you speed. Oh, and I forgot to completely give you the secondary axes and swords, because you get the secondary axes and the swords because they are going to help out with when you do those also. Alright, so then one other traveler tale here. Now we figure out which traveler we're going to next. Next traveler is going to be... we've got two more left, actually. We have Temenos and Petit. So we're going for Temenos next, so he's to the east. So to the east is where we go. So in terms of side stories, I don't think anything changes here. This one here, we need to recruit someone. We can't do this one yet because we haven't gone back to the area. Oh no. This one here is in New Delsta. There's two in New Delsta that we can do, actually. What was the other one? There's one that I had to do in New Delsta that we can do when we head back there. We have the Slumber Sage now, so I think we can knock it out. We'll go ahead and do that. Temenos is located here. So the best way to get to him is probably where are we headed? Plain Church. So we'll figure out where we have to go here. I'm guessing we can just go east. So we have to head back onto the island. We are heading west first? Yeah, we have to head west. Back to the right, this explains why. This is a different guy now. Fighting you.
Well now.
Age 24, a Canabrine-born youth who works in the mines. Currently visiting his hometown on personal business. His parents died young and his brother is the only one, a living relative he's so what we can do is I kind of lose it. I don't know. Pretty sure everything else I've done, so I remember going around stealing. I'm gonna head west. We're heading. And also, we'll head to New Delta first because we can actually go and do, if we can go and help that guy out by, fucking out with the Slumber Siege. We have access to be able to do that now.
You are a poison that must be purged.
What to do?
Now then. And done.
You never fail to I know no cure for you.
I think the next one I gotta worry about is like that. We're heading.
I need a plan.
I should only match one.
Alright. This is what it means to be a star.
Graceful dance. As swift as a snake.
I was gonna act more sense.
Watch me. Afraid of the dark. Very Ready?
Afraid of the dark.
That's your weakness.
You're a stalwart ally, Drone.
Axe attack. Forgive me.
What do we want with you this time? I'm thinking just grab that single axe attack, because then we have a single plus couple. Battle skill. Now we restore. When we win the battle, we get 30% of our XP and HP returned to us every time we win a battle. Head.
Let the show begin!
Now then. And done.
Now then!
A graceful dance.
There!
Well now. Axe attack. Has to be done.
Alright! I wasn't expecting that!
We have 7 slump save on us. Gotta be some other use for the soothe, so I was thinking.
Come and get me.
Time to shine! There! I owe you one.
Cleaning time. Eat this!
And done.
Here I go. My journey will not end.
See, it's taking a while to get us to level 18. I think this is where we head up. Head up. Up, then left. Sort of.
Alright!
Every nice
I'm feeling all better!
What to do? What to do? Axe attack. I'm terribly sorry.
Don't overdo it. Eat this! My turn.
My turn. My journey will not end here.
I think I meant to do a 500 sword. Left.
This is what it means to be a star!
What to do? Eat this!
My turn. Axe attack. I'm terribly sorry.
Now then.
There's better options.
Oh my!
I was not even charged.
Thinking time.
Ready?
Well now. My journey will not end here.
Now we need to... Now we hit east. Trying to make our way back.
Here I come!
Thinking time. Pierce the winds of frost.
It's my turn now! Oh my! I did it! Even if I stumble, I'll get back up.
Knock people out.
Are you my next patient?
Oh, it's
Cleaning time.
All right. Oh my!
Which ones are gonna attack you first? Fire!
Pierce them, wings of frost. I've gained valuable insights.
Raise up 2 attribute raising effects at random. Or boost the intensity of an ally's spell. Probably the first one. We have to get all. We also got extra experience, which is receive additional experience after battles. This one here, raise speed for 3 turns, boost physical defense for level 2, boost physical attack for level 2. I'd like defense. Lethal as well. I think in general we're going to have an experience. And also, speed up Spend some new Delta first to use the description on the finish this quest. South.
Let's play. Cleaning time.
Give me this other one here.
All right.
Oh my! I did
One of them. Three, by the way.
it! Thank you!
Seconds. I think there should be a good time to end it, because, got 6 travelers right now. So, welcome back to the stream, even though I'm, about to finish for today, but, yeah, we just completed, chapter, well, 6th character. Once I go to the next place, we will do, got one more side quest to do in one of the areas, if it works. And then we will head to the 7th character for their chapter 1. So only 2 more characters left to go. And we'll have all 8 travelers. And at that point is when it gets really hard. I should platinum God of War Ragnarok. My intent, I haven't even played God of War Ragnarok yet, but yes, my intention, I will eventually get around to God of War Ragnarok. The big issue with that is I don't have enough space. That game, I think, is 80 gig. I think it's 80 gig without considering the updates, so I have no idea how large the actual game is once I get started on that. So it's going to be a long while when I get around to that, I would think. But I do intend to get the platinum for God of War Ragnarok when I can get around to doing so. But yeah, I think this is 119 gigabytes. Yeah, that's not happening in a long while then, because I have let's just do something for a second. Let me tell you how much space I have. Let's do a quick space check. I'll tell you how much space I have. So, I'm trying to make space to update games right now. My extended hard drive is completely full. A full 1 terabyte hard drive is completely full of games. And then my system storage is also completely full. So, to get 119 gig free, based on what I still have left to play, is going to take me some time. But we're getting there. So once I finish Octopath Traveler 2, that will be 10 gig. This will be another 32 gig. I can update some games. I can get rid of this once I finish it, which is another 30 gig. So it's getting close, but then I have other games. Yeah, I have a lot of other games. I just don't want to delete things out without having finished them yet, but yeah, I have a lot of stuff, so Again, Hogwarts Legacy is like 4 playthroughs. This I'm waiting for DLC. This has DLC. SpongeBob has 2 playthroughs. I haven't played the other Life is Strange games yet. Village has DLC. DLC. A few things I need to do on these, but that's DLC as well. And then like, what else have we got here? Ghost of Tsushima DLC. Haven't played the rest of the ones yet. Some of these I've already finished, but other people haven't played them yet, so that's why I haven't played them off yet. But I could realistically get the space for it if I eventually got around to it. But my intention is to. It's just going to be slower than usual because I have a lot of stuff that I could delete off. But I'm keeping it on there for other purposes. I have a lot of games. And that's just the games that I have on the... That's just the games that I have on the... That's just the games that I have on here. I've still got a whole bunch of games that I haven't bought from digital yet. I've still got a whole bunch of DLCs that I haven't bought yet. I've still got a bunch of games that I have bought that have not been installed. I've still got Switch games that I have not played yet. At least 3 or 4 Switch games that I haven't played yet. Granted, September, from here until September I don't have to buy anything, which is nice. But then October everything starts up again and I have to buy, October everything starts up again. And also this is considering I do not have a PS5, which would mean if I had a PS5 that would increase the amount of games that I would have to have as well. But all of the games that I have or am getting or things that there's a link down below in the thing you'll see there's a whole list of games that I have to finish. A whole list of games I gotta get through. It's gonna take me a long time. But we will eventually get through them. But yeah, I think this is a good place to end it. So all that being said, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Every like, comment, subscription, review on this video gets monetization. Helps my content for you all. Helps my content become more accessible and easy to find. I upload on my past Plat Reacts, as well as Let's Plays and Let's Plays to the YouTube channel. Doing Far Cry 6, Sifu, The Quarry, Resident Evil 2 Remake, Octopath Traveler, Lego Star Wars Skywalker, Alpha Chocolate Vertigo, Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII Reunion, Cuphead, Stray, Marvel's Avengers, Dark Reach Anthology, The Devil in Me, Days Gone, Resident Evil 3 Remake, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Like a Dragon Edition, Resident Evil 4 Remake, Resident Evil 5, Pokemon, Triangle Strategy, Pokemon Scarlet, Resident Evil 6, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, as well as this game. I upload it on my YouTube channel because I have a 7-day limitation on my videos before they are permanently deleted, and I would like there to be a second place for people to be able to find my content in case it gets deleted or flagged down, or in some cases with YouTube, hit with copyright strikes that other people seem to be able to avoid. I don't know how that happens. It's only happened like once or twice. And I'm also working on a Platinum Pass set for games that I have the Platinum Trophy for, as well as a Switch into subtitle for games on the Switch, and more Triangle Strategy speedruns in the future. And you're also getting a push go live if you're watching on YouTube. Follow me on Twitch at 50 followers. I'll be doing an Octopath Traveler Gildera speedrun, and we also reach an affiliate, which means I get monetization as well. To make a bunch of subscriber emotes and incentives to help support me and the channel going forward in the future. You'll also get an extra 7 days of limitation on my videos before they are permanently deleted as well. And you'll also get a notification when I go live if you're watching on. Follow me on Twitter. If it's still called Twitter, I don't know if it's still going to be called Twitter. It's called, the bird's gone. They've removed the bird, now it's an X. I'm not changing the bird. I'm leaving the bird as it is. That X is hideous. I'm not going to be changing that. I'm guessing it's still called Twitter. I don't know. Find out later. But follow me on Twitter to be notified when I go live. And if you add me on Discord, I will soon interact with my friends' Discord server. Close to 2,000 members, still going strong. Playing topics games, so discuss that as well. I'm very active there, and you're also going to have Customer Guide if you're on there as well. And finally, if you wish to know who created my stream layout template that I use to create my layout for the rest of the stuff that I do as I'm thing, you can find a link down below in the description box for that as well. So with all that said, rest of the day, night, wherever you all are, and I will see you all later.